Hello everyone, my name is Bernard William. I would like to welcome you to this channel. Today I want to talk about how you can create your own questionnaire online using Kobo Toolbox, as well as how you can collect data using your phones through an application which is known as Kobo Collect. Alright, so let's begin. Okay, the first step is to go to your web browser and click or type Kobo Toolbox.org and press enter. Once you do that, this interface is gonna pop up. Then you just go straight to sign up. After that, this page is gonna appear. So you need to concentrate on this one, this side, which is showing global Kobo Toolbox server. So below there, you just scroll down, and below there, you just go to create an account. All right, so after that, then you're going to be provided with this page where you're going to have your details filled in. For example, in this case, you're going to fill in your full name, organization, username, email address, sector, country, as well as the password, and you need also to confirm that kind of password. All right, so there are some few things that I need to emphasize here. Yeah, the first thing is about the organization. So you should be aware that if you're talking of an organization, it might be anything like a school or maybe a consultancy, whatever it might be. For example, in my case, I can say organization is Paramount Consulting Company. All right, so if you can choose maybe to be some kind of college like this university, or maybe Bunda College of Agriculture, or whatever it might be. So as long as it's something which is giving sense. All right, another thing that requires emphasis is this one, username. Make sure that if you're using a username, if you are filling in your username, you should use the upper cases, lower cases, no upper cases here, no capital letters. In other words, just use small letters. All right. So here, you should also make sure that you're using your valid email address, because whenever you click on create here, the Kobo Toolbox guys will send a link to your email address so that you go and click on that link and it will take you to another page. All right, so make sure you use a valid email address. All right, so in terms of sector, you can choose anything, economics, whatever. All right, so if you fill in all the details here, then you need to click on create. All right, so since I have an account already, then I just go straight to login. So when you click on the link that is sent to your email address, you're going to be provided with this page where you are supposed to use or to put your username as well as password so that you log in. So once you log in, what you need to take note is that this kind of page is going to be blank. Here, these are the projects that I've done so far. I've written and deployed 15 projects, and I've also done some projects that are the drafts. So if you don't have any project, if it's your first time to use this kind of platform, then this part is going to remain input. It will never be exhausted like this. All right, so From there, for you to create your project, you need to click on New. After clicking on New, this window is going to pop up. So what we are interested in is this one, build from scratch. So you need to click there. All right, so here you are also supposed to put your project name. All right, so you need to say, for example, you can say maybe YouTube. Kobo Toolbox. Reason. All right, so here you can give some kind of description. For me, I can just say maybe mobile. Data correction. Right, so from there, then you need also to choose a sector. So you just need to put the sector that you used previously. Like here, I should use this one. And also I should choose my nation. And then just click on create project. So you see this project has been created. That is why here we have a project name. All right, so to add questions to our project, we need to use plus sign here. Okay, so plus. So suppose we have to concentrate on a district. So suppose we have a certain kind of survey that we need to conduct in different districts. So we need to have a certain kind of question or a certain kind of statement which talks about the district that the respondent or maybe the one who is the interviewing, in other words, interviewer, has to fill in, like the district in which he is or she is conducting that kind of survey. All right, so that is the first question. All right, so despite that there is no question mark, but still more, it's a question. All right, so after typing the question here, you need now to add that kind of question. Now you are provided with this list. So this list is the list of questions response types. What does it mean? It means that if somebody is asked about their own district, will they respond as a decimal, as a point, as a line, or as what? As a text. You see now, you say kota kota, whatever. So it's a text, you see, right? So from there, let's just add another question. You also need to click on plus sign. Then you need to maybe here you can use TA. So you also do likewise. You add question, and you are also provided with the response types. So you see, TA is also supposed to be responded as a text. From there, you need to add another question. You also need to use the very same procedure of clicking a plus sign here. All right. So from there, let's put a village as a question. What's your village? Whatever. So here, you need to add a question. Then you are also going to be provided with the very same response types. So village is also going to be responded as a text. So suppose we need to group these as the identification section. How are we going to group these questions as one? Or in other ways, how can we make these questions to be in a group? All right? What you need to do if you want to group questions, you need to click on the icon. Take note that this part is an icon part. You have icon ABC. Every kind of question has its own icon. So because we have used text alone, that is why we have ABC, ABC, ABC. But if we can use a different kind of question response type, then you are also going to appreciate that there are different icons. All right, so we should not concentrate on this part, but we should concentrate on this part, icon part. All right, so what you should take note is that when you click on the icon here, the blue border surrounds the question. You see now, the blue border surrounds the question. When you try to do the same to the question that follows like this question gets deselected. The blue border is now on this question, meaning to say that this question has been selected. Likewise, if you do here, you see now. So how can you select all these questions? To select all these questions, you need to use Control key. So it's like you need to, first of all, click on the icon. This question has the blue border surrounded by blue border. So from there, then you need to click Control, and you should not leave it. And you need to click on the icon of another question as well as the final question. So it means that this is the way to select all the questions that you need to select. All right. So from there, then you can leave the Control key. It matters less. So here you need to go to this icon here. So this icon says that you create a group with the selected questions. So it means you need to click on that. Click. You see. So it means that this is a group. Then these are the questions within the group. All right. So if we can do it like this, if we can do it like this and this, so you see, you can use this one to collapse the questions so that the space has to be created, or you can use this one to unveil the questions. You see now? So we need to give this group a name. So it is going to be identification section. All right, so that's it. Okay, so let's also go to another kind of question. So suppose here we need to have a question like to say, what is the name of the, okay, let me just write it. What is the name of a household member? Okay, so this question supposes that you have gone to conduct a survey somewhere and you have found a certain kind of a member. Not necessarily, you don't know whether that one is a household head or whatever. So that is why here we are using a household member, any kind of member that you have found that they can be able to respond to your questions, right? So from there, then since it's this is a question, then you need to say add question, right? So what is the name of household member? It definitely means that the response is supposed to be a text, like to say John. John will be taken as a text. Therefore, we need to do like that. All right, so to add another question, we need to do it like this. We need to say add or click on plus sign. Okay, so another question. What is the relationship of household member to the household head? All right, so suppose this member is a household head. It means the relationship to the household head is going to be self. He himself is going to be the household head. If he's maybe a child or whatever. So this question, it means that it does not know who this one, the one who is responding, is, whether it's is a household head or not. All right. So after typing this question, then you need to do likewise. You say add. All right. So here it says, what is the relationship of household member to the household head? So here, what we need to capture here, of course, it's not necessarily, it's of course a text, but not necessarily that we are going to use the text, because we want to provide a list of relationships. So because of that, the member is going to choose only one relationship. So here, the response type will be select one. So click that. Okay, so if you click on select one, what will happen is that you'll be provided with the space for options. All right. So let's say this is, in other words, this is a multiple choice response, or maybe multiple response questions. Yeah, so self, then maybe parent. You may maybe find a parent to the household head. All right, so to add some relationship, you need to click on here. You see, there is click to add another response. So you can click here, you can have another response. So you can just begin typing like child. You may find child to the household head. You may have several brother, sister, cousin, whatever. So in other ways, you can just say other. Right? So here, for the sake of data analysis, we need to use values here. You know, when you want to analyze data using SPSS or whatever it might be, you need to have some values. So here, you need to use 1. You may use here 2. Sorry. You may double click here and press 3. Double click 4. Right? So here, these responses may be also collapsed. by clicking this one. You see, right? So since here, let me just unveil these responses. Since here we have other response or maybe other relationship, then a person will need to specify other kind of relationship. So this brings us to this kind of question which says specify okay. From there you need to add question. Then since someone is going to specify by his or her own, it means he's going to type, or the one who is capturing the response is gonna type. So it means we need to use text. Right? From there, then let's just look at age. How old is the household member? All right, so here I would like to show you something. This question says, what is the name of a household member? So this question says, what is the relationship of a household member to the household head? And this question says, how old is the household member? So to reduce this work of just typing household member, household member, household member here, or maybe these two and the following ones. To reduce this work, what you need to do is to go to the setting of this one, setting. Here, after clicking on the setting, you're going to see that there is the data column name. So data column name is this one. What is the tension? All right, so here it means that you need just to make sure that it is shortened. Okay, suppose this is section A and this is section B. And in this section B, this is the very first question. You can just shorten this one by saying B1. That is section B, question number 1. All right. So after that, you can click here. So what does it mean? It means that in terms of, instead of writing all this, you're going to say, what is the relationship of, now here, this is where the referencing comes in. You need to refer to this first question in this section. So to refer to this one, what you need to do is to say, you need to put $, how to put $sign, press shift and press 4 here, and curly brackets. So curly bracket, and here what we need to do is to now use data column name. So the data column name for the first question is B1, and also close curly bracket, and delete this one. So it reads like, what is the relationship of $ curly bracket B1 to the household head, right? So that means in this case we are referring to this member, because this household member is now represented as B1, right? So you can also just copy this and put it here and delete this. You see, so it is like, how old is B1? Curly bracket. How old is dollar sign curly bracket B1? So here, what it means is that it will be like, how old is this one? Is household member. Okay, let me show you what I'm trying to say. Let me say save. For you to notice that it has been saved, it says successfully updated. All right, so I can click here to preview my form. It is loading. All right, so you see, this is my form, or in other words, this is my questionnaire. This is the title of a questionnaire, and these are the questions. Right, so here, what I'm saying is this one. You see now, it says, what is the name of a household member? And here it becomes like something which is awkward to say, what is the relationship of two, what is the relationship of two to the household head? You see, it seems like it does not make sense, but you see how it is making sense. Okay, so what is the relationship of this? Okay, so here what it means is that when I type in a name here, like to say the name is James. If I click enter, the name comes automatically here. You see now, that is what is known as a reference. So it's like it has gotten whatever was here to be here. That's the reference. So instead of just saying household member, then I just put what I put. All right, so here, what is the relationship of James to the household head? I guess you have gotten the point there. All right, let's proceed. So here, this one. Now, in terms of age, we need to also choose the kind of response. So here, we need to choose a number, because you say, sometimes you say, I'm 20 years old. You see, 20 is a number. But then this one, you see now, each and every question has question hint. You see now. So in this case, I can just click on this hint. This is worthy putting question hint. All right, so here, the hint may be in years. Okay, so you see, sometimes we can talk of age in months, weeks, whatever, but now what we need to do is to capture age in years. That's what it means here. All right, so from there, let's just go to another question. Maybe the question may be, is the household all right, so instead of saying is a household member, married, then I should just say, I should just copy this one and place it here. You see now, this one is also supposed to be one thing. So it is going to be responded to as yes or no. So we just need two options here. So we can just say 1, 2, and we can correct this question, and we can even save it. All right, so I would like to concentrate on the 4 things: calculations, validation criteria, skip logic, roster, as well as number 5 I've already dealt with, that is reference. I wanted to concentrate on these 5 things. Right, so here I just want to add some questions that can maybe add to those things. Right, so here, after is this one married, then I've also put the responses. All right, so here I should just collapse and go to another question. Another question, maybe how, okay, let me just use calculator here. And here. How many males are live in this house? Right, so here you're supposed to talk about this now, number. How many? 5, 2, 3, whatever. So it's gonna be a number. So here I need to choose a number. From there, then I also need to incorporate the number of females. So I can just copy this question and click on plus sign and leave it like here, and here just add the FE. So it's how many females live in this house. All right, so it will also be the same. We're going to use the number. You can see now that we have different icons here. We have 1, 2, 3 for numbers, and this one for select one, and this one for text. Right, so here I want to talk about something. Okay, I need to do something, like I need to make sure that when someone is collecting data, when a certain kind of respondent says that maybe they have 3 females in that kind of house, they have also 2 females in that kind of house, the total has to be calculated by the Kobo, or in other words, by the application itself. All right, so to do this, I need to go to this kind of question, and I should go to the setting of this question, And here, this is data column name, but now for this data column name to be used, it will be tiresome. So in this case, I just want to use a short word like to say mirrors. See, I should just shorten it to mirrors and click this. From there, I also need to go to this question and concentrate on the settings, and I need also to shorten this one to females. Data column name has to be shortened to females. All right. So after doing this, it means that here I need to add something, and this kind of thing has to be a calculation thing. So here I need to say now here, this is where reference is also going to be done. So here I'm going to do it like this, $sign, curly bracket. All right, so in here I'm going to put females, or I should just begin with females, but it matters less, males, and here females. So what it means is that I'm taking the data column names for these two questions. So the first question is about males, therefore I've taken its data column name, as well as the second question is females in terms of data column name. So I've also taken it. Yeah, so I've just done it like this. Then I go to add the question, and now I need to select what kind of response type should it be. It should be calculation now. I need that this the figures that will be here and here should be calculated by addition here. I've put addition here, so it means that I need to use this one. See now, so it's like 1 plus 1 is the icon for calculation. All right, so from there, then for this calculation to be shown on our mobile device as well as on the laptop, I need to add the same kind of question. So this question is going to be like this. I just need to say total number of people. Right, so total number of people. Now this total number of people will be given by what? Then I also need to reference, so I need to put this one in this one, and now here I need to use because I need to reference this one now. Remember, this question has referenced these two, this and this, to make this calculation. So for this answer to be here, to be displayed, I need to take the data column name for this one. So I go to this question settings and cover this data column name. Since it's still short, then I'm just going to take it like that. I've covered it and pasted it here and close the bracket. Then add the question. Now here, because what I want to be displayed is just the number, the total number. Then I'm going to select a note. So it should just give me that kind of number. So it should not carry any kind of response type, but now it should just carry the note. It's more or less like a note. Instead of coming like instead of it coming like a question, it should just come as a what? A note. Or in other words, it should just bring the number or the total number of people. So let me just show you what this means. Okay, if we preview like this, then come down here. Okay, if I say how many females, how many males live in this house? If somebody says 6, and if you ask them how many females, they say 2. Then if you press enter, they should just add, these numbers should just add automatically, like here. You see, they'll give us 8. If we try to change here, put 4, press enter, it'll give us 6. So that's what it means. Right, so let's close this. And okay, so here I just want us to look at something. Okay, so it means that I've used self-referencing, I've used calculations, because I was trying to talk about the 5 things. So I've talked about the 2 things currently. I've talked about the self-referencing, or maybe referencing, as well as the calculations. So I need to talk about how you can create a skip logic, how you can create a validation criteria, and also how you can put or create a roster. Right. So let me just preview first. Okay, so I want to begin with the skip logic. What does it mean? Skip logic. It means the questions have to skip logically. For example, in this case, if the question says, what is the relationship of to the household head? Then if the question says, or maybe the response is self, it means this question is not supposed to be shown, because someone has said self or parent or child. So where should this question come in? It should not come in. All right. So to do this, we need to control for this question. All right. So here it means that this question is supposed to be shown only if we okay, so it means this question is supposed to be displayed when somebody chooses other. You see, now it can make sense, because this question means that the one who has chosen other should specify that kind of other relationship. You see now, right? Okay, so let's close this and go to that question. Where can I find it? All right, so this question, which says specify other choice, other relationship. So I need to go to its setting and click there. So you can see here, there is the skip logic as well as the validation criteria. So because this is a skip logic, this question is supposed to be displayed or is supposed to be skipped in accordance to the condition. Therefore, I can apply skip logic. You see now, after applying skip logic to this question, then, or maybe I've not yet dealt with it, then after clicking on skip logic, then I need to click on add a condition. This skip logic has to be attached with a condition, so I need to click there. So you can see here it says this question will only be displayed if the following conditions apply. You see now, so which conditions? All right, or which question? All right, so here let's see. The question is this one, which says that specify other relationship. But now I need to click on here like this. So I need to go to the question that can make this one to be displayed or not, because you can see that if the first question which says that what is the relationship of this person to the household head, if this one is asked and if the respondent has responded to say other, it means this one is supposed to be displayed. If the response is none other than other, if the question response is anything apart from other, then it means that this one is not going to be displayed. So it means this question, what is the relationship of this to the household head, is the one which is determining whether this question of specifying other relationship is supposed to be displayed or not. So we need to choose that question. So this is the question. So it says this question, which question now? This one, specify other. So specify other relationship will be displayed if the question which says what is the relationship of this person to the household head is equal to self. Kavina is equal to self or what? So it means that this one, we need to click here so that we should see that this question of specifying other relationship is supposed to be displayed only if the question of relationship is responded to as other. You see, that means I've attached this one, skip logic. Right, I'm going to show you in a minute. Okay, so here, let me also see if there is some kind of, okay, no, let me just see here. All right, so it means that in terms of skip logic, that is done. So let me just show you what it means or what it looks like. Okay. You see, so this is the way it has been done. It is supposed not to be shown. That question of specifying other relationship is not supposed to be presented yet, but it has to be presented on the condition. So you say, what is the relationship of this one to the household head? So if somebody says self or parent or child and press enter, nothing comes here like a question. All right, but if it says other, so the question has to come now, so that this one should specify other relationship. That's what it means by skip logic. The question have to be skipping logically. So it does not make sense for someone selecting this one and specify other, yet he has selected self or any kind of response apart from other. You see now? Another thing is about the validation criteria. So validation criteria can be applied here. You see, this one says that how old is that person. So you can see that I can punch in a lot of digits here and press enter. Nothing seems like a wrong thing. Why? Because I've not done some kind of things that can control this kind of response, because you cannot have the age with these digits. All right, so to do a good thing, I need to go to this question to say how old is this one. So I need to control for that. Then I need to go to settings. So it means that when I go to settings, I need to use this one, validation criteria. Now, this is not about skipping, but it's about making something to be valid. So if this is the case, then I need to say, to click here, then I should add condition. So this says, this question will be valid. You see now, the other question about this one specifying, it was saying this question will be displayed. So it means it's all about the skip logic. But now, if it says valid, it means it's all about the validation criteria. So here, this question will be valid only if the following conditions apply. Which question? How old is this one? All right, so here it says, this condition question's response has to be. So here we have this sign, which is a greater than sign. We can produce some other signs here after clicking here. So here will be greater than this or equal to the same kind of number or less than whatever. So here it means that we need to make sure that the question has to be valid if the response is less than a certain value. So here we can put a value. What kind of a value should be put here? Let's think of 120. Maybe you can have people with 120 years. So if it's 120 years or less, then this question will be valid. Okay, so here we can also add error message such that if the age exceeds 120, then the error message has to be displayed on our mobile phones. For example, you can say maybe this age is not valid. You can say or put anything like maybe this age is out of range, this age is just too big, whatever. So you can close this. From there, yeah, let me just okay, maybe before there I wanted to show you how it would be like, but before there, let me just go to here. It says, is this one married? So if it says yes or no, it matters less. But now the question is, this one married? It is supposed to come by age. What does it mean? It means you can go to a household and you can find someone who is 11 or 10 years old. You cannot ask him or her this question of marriage. So to do this, it means I also need to apply skip logic here to say the condition should be how old is this one. So it means this question will only be displayed if the following condition applies. How old is this one? If this question or if the response is greater than or equal to maybe 17 years. If someone is having 17 years of age, then you can say this question is supposed to be asked. If it's 16 and less, you can skip this question, right? So you can cross here and save and preview. Okay, so you see how old is someone, but here there is no question of marriage. The question of marriage will come if this one has exceeded a certain range. For example, if somebody says is 13 years of age, then you can say, you can press enter, you can see that kind of question of marriage does not appear. But then if we say he is or she is 19 years or 18 years and press enter, then the question will appear to say, is this married or not? You see now? From there, then we need also to come to the question of age. I just wanted to show you the question of age. Yeah, there is someone. How old is this one? If I say it's 120, it would it means I used less than 120. So it means that anything below 120, it will be valid. But if you have used something above or equal to 120, then it will never allow you to go to the next question. It will let you know that this age is not valid. Let's suppose we use 119. So you see, it works. Yeah, so that's all about the skill logic, validation criteria, calculations, as well as the reference. But now let me just finish with the roster. Okay, so a roster is a set of questions that repeat. For example, this question, which says that what is the name of the household member? It means if in a family there are maybe 5 members or 5 people, it means that the first person will be recorded, then its relationship to the household head, then his age. Then it means that here what we need to do is to ask the questions, all these questions, to each and every member. You see now? So because these questions are asked to each and every member, it means they make a roster. So how do we treat that? Okay, we need to group the questions that are forming a roster, that are repeating. For example, in this case, we need to select this question. We need also to select this one, this one, this one, this one, So here we can now go to creating a group. After that, then we need to name the group. For example, here you can say household composition. All right, so we can even collapse this. All right, so here, of course, I know that all these are also part of a household composition, but I'm just doing this for the sake of showing you the questions or grouping the questions that can be repeated. You can see here that how many females and males cannot be repeated. So here, it means that for us to come up with a roster, we need to make sure that we go to, or maybe first of all, we need to group the questions that form a roster. From there, then we go to the group setting. And here we have data column name and okay, without much ado, we just need to concentrate on this one, which says repeat this group if necessary. So if you can just check this, that means we have created a roster. You can save it. Successfully updated. Then you can preview what it means. Okay, you see now, it has been highlighted. This group has been highlighted. So it means that here there is a plus and minus. So it means that if somebody, for example, we have someone like Mary, and here it's maybe self, and here we have chosen maybe 45, and here we can add another one. We can add another respondent or maybe another member of the household. You can say plus. So after doing that, it means that the whole section here is also going to repeat, so that you should fill the very same information but for the next person. So you can also do the same. Right, so you add, then you say maybe John and press enter. Now you see here it has asked about Mary because it was about Mary. Here Mary, here Mary, here I've put John. It has asked about John, and so on. So if you don't want maybe to incorporate this kind of person, then you can just click on minus here and confirm. You're going to have only one here. All right, so for today, this is what I had. Let's meet again in the next lesson, where I will be showing you how you can deploy, or maybe I should just deploy it today, but then I will show you how you can use mobile app to collect data. All right, so if you have saved, if you want to deploy, you need to click on X here, just after save button. Click this one, then you see this is the questionnaire. This is the questionnaire. Then this is the time that it has been developed. You see, 5:46. That's the final time of development. Here there are 14 questions. You see now, right? So it says and deployed. So if you go and click deploy here it says it is deploying to Kobo Toolbox, then it says deployed form. So it means now that you can use your Kobo Collect and collect data. All right, thanks for watching. We are going to meet in the next lesson, where I will be showing you how to use your mobile device to collect data right away, to take it from Kobo Toolbox server and collect it on your phones. Thanks a lot.